While regular pop-ups are relatively straightforward to set up, tab menus or similar setups containing multiple items can offer a bit more complexity here. If you have 3 or more items, for example, you only want to show one and hide all the others. But how does that work when you don't know if you're coming from tab 1 or tab 3 when you're navigating to tab 2? That's what we're going to find out in this course. We'll discover what group and layer structure we have to use and how we can use multi-actions to set up the correct interactions to our tab menu. We'll also touch on the close actions, which is a more complex but future-proof way of setting up these types of interactions. I've got this page set up here, which contains a simple introduction to an ESG strategy. I've added 3 tabs as well, one for each letter. So we've got environment, social and governance. I've also added buttons to the group, which our viewers are going to use to switch to the different tabs. Only the environment tab group is visible and the other 2 are invisible. Notice how the entire tab menu is a group of elements, and every tab has received its own group as well. Later I'll explain why this is important. Whenever my viewer clicks to open any of these tabs, I want all the other ones to close. Problem is that I don't know which tab my viewer has got open when navigating to one of the other tabs. But we don't have to, because we can use multi-actions and close actions to tackle that. Let's start with the simplest setup: multi-actions. With our environment button selected, we can use the show or hide element click action to specifically show the environment tab. We can then use multi-actions, set up an additional click action to specifically hide both the social and governance tabs. With the same interaction applied to the other buttons, our tab menu now works perfectly. However, here's the problem. If I want to extend this tab menu with a 4th tab or even a 5th, I would have to manually adjust every single interaction. And that's where close actions come in. Because close actions allow me to automatically hide specific groups when I click to view a new one. And this is also where the group structure specifically becomes important. When I navigate to the click action that shows our tab environment group and scroll down to the close action section, we can see 3 options. Close all other groups hides literally all other groups that aren't visible by default upon loading your page. So any group on my page that's visible by default will remain visible. This option doesn't take any layer hierarchy into account, but only recognizes an element's initial visibility. Close groups on same level is where it gets interesting, as it closes all of the other groups in the same level of the hierarchy as the group I opened with my click action. In my layers panel, notice how we've placed the tab environment group inside the all tabs group. Every group inside of another group marks a new level in the hierarchy. So the tab environment, tab social and tab governance are all on the same level of the hierarchy. And opening one will therefore close all the other groups. And lastly, of course, there's the none action. This does nothing with any other group or layer on the canvas. So with this option, I only need one click action to both open my selected group and close all the others. Also, any future group I add to this level in the hierarchy will also automatically get included in this close action. Whereas with multi-actions, I would have had to manually adjust every single interaction for my tab menu to work. Recap time. In this lesson, we learned how to set up a tab menu or similar constructions. First, we explored the layer structure and how we created a group for each tab of the tab menu. Then, we saw how we could use multi-actions to specifically show our desired tab, but hide all the others. Lastly, we also looked at a more future-proof solution where we could use close actions to automatically hide all the other groups when opening another one. Now you know everything you need to create tab menus or similar constructions in Maglr Pro.